Hello, you're watching a helpful tip video from Wakuma Auto. My name is Mike, and this week I'm answering a popular question many commuters often have. Does premium unleaded fuel increase my gas mileage? Well, the answer to this question is it depends. Premium fuel has higher octane, usually between 91 and 93, whereas like regular fuel is rated about 87 octane. Kind of depends on which state you live in. I only use Chevron gas with Techron, which offers 87, 89, and I think 91 octane. I will get into my experience working on fleet vehicles that use only Techron and why it's important for your vehicle at a later time in this video. The higher the octane you go, the slower the fuel will detonate on compression. The lower octane fuel detonates a little bit faster. And it depends on your car's manufacturer as to what fuel your vehicle uses. Normally, high-performance turbocharged engines, they require the higher octane for the optimal performance and to prevent pre-detonation caused by lower octane fuels. This does not mean if your vehicle has turbo that you necessarily need higher octane fuel. Again, read your owner's manual or search online to find what fuel type and what you should use. On another note, most vehicles on the road today have sensors that read air and fuel mixture to ensure combustion is optimal for your vehicle. So in reality, if your vehicle calls for regular fuel, then use it. Adding a higher octane will not increase your fuel economy. Still, don't believe me? Well, I have a 2020 Honda Accord that I commute in every day to work. I drive approximately 80 miles to work and, of course, 80 miles home. 95% of my driving is on a freeway, and my speed limits are usually around, the speed limit on the freeway is at 75 miles an hour. So that's kind of what we're looking at. For this test, I did a fresh oil change using synthetic oil, 020, just 20 weight oil. That's what the manufacturer calls for. I also added a brand new air filter, and again, this is all specified by Honda. My vehicle calls for 32 psi in the tire. However, I put 40 psi of air pressure in my tires to maximize the fuel economy on this test. The increased pressure causes less tread-to-surface friction. I don't recommend this if you drive on rough surfaces because it is hard on your car and makes your suspension feel very stiff. Probably damage your car too. You would know the difference. So since my vehicle already has 87 octane in the tank, we will start with the regular unleaded test first. I just filled up the fuel at my local Chevron and hit the road. The fuel economy is turned on the green leaf, which is a button here in my center console. You can also see it on the dash there. This ensures the vehicle is running as most efficient as possible. I'm currently 17 miles into my morning commute, and I have my cruise control set to 79 miles an hour. Steer assist and brake assist are also on, so I can safely record this video. I have to climb a long hill to start my drive to get up on top of this mesa, so my fuel economy is not the best to start out, but this will get better as we go. I'll do everything I can for the next 4 days to ensure there are no serious factors that would influence the outcome of this test, meaning my driving pattern or habits. Now, normally I get about 33 to 34 miles per gallon because I drive in the city. I accelerate fast, and sometimes I'll sit in my vehicle when it's running if I'm visiting with somebody or talking on the phone. So those factors will be taken out. So like I said, for the next 4 days, I'll do everything I can to ensure there are no serious factors like that would influence the outcome of the test. And when I get there, my destinations, I'll stop my vehicle immediately. And when I get up in the morning to go, I'm not going to let the vehicle warm up for very long. It's not cold outside where I live anyway. It should affect that.
guess we say half mile of the regular fuel Chevron mileage per gallon test, premium versus regular fuel on a Honda Accord. You see that I think I said it'd be in the high 37s or low 38s on the way back. So 37.7 is where we ended up. That's about, almost be about 315 miles by the time we get to the gas station. Just above a quarter, maybe a third of a tank of gas. And anyway, we're gonna go ahead and fill up. We'll reset our mileage and fill it up with premium. I know it's not gonna be 100% premium. It'll be just above mid-grade if you go off the mix ratios, but it'll give us a good reading on how actual premium gas fares. This is Chevron, where we're going. So how Chevron premium compares to Chevron regular. So I'm actually gonna film putting the premium in, just so you know. Or sorry, not premium, Supreme. Never used it, so no, I don't want grocery rewards. Pretty big difference in the fuel prices. So it costs about $25 is what it usually costs me to fill up. On the regular. So anyway, we'll fill it up and see where we're at. I'm not going to let you wait through this whole thing, but I got to go to the restroom. Still ended up at $25.39. Isn't too bad for 20 cents, but we were a little bit higher gas mileage because I drove different. Remember, I filled up my tires with filled up my tires with 40 psi, so there are some different factors which gave me better gas mileage in the first place. But again, we're no receipt. We're doing this test to compare apples with apples. Again, the regular is going to have a better, should have a better performance. It's got a better, I guess, what would you say, head start, being the fact that it was the first on the range. Sorry, trying to put my seatbelt on. Left-handed. And these Accords are very tight, and I'm a pretty big guy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and reset it. 314 miles. And we're off. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are on day 3 of our test. We have filled our vehicle with premium. Last night on my return, I just topped the Mesa, so my gas mileage is a little bit worse, or I should say lower than I think when we started the test last time. I think we were around 33, 34. Should go up because it's pretty much flat from here on out. There's one more little valley we go through, but it's a down and an up. So I noticed that I get better gas mileage coming back home than I do going to work. third day of the test, the 4-day test, 2 days on regular, 2 days on premium unleaded fuel, or Supreme unleaded fuel from Chevron, to see if we get better gas mileage by running premium and see if we can save money. And as you can see the numbers, we are a little bit worse than we were on the regular fuel. I did check the air pressure last night, oil level, and air filter, just to make sure nothing has changed. Everything was good. Oil level was right on the thatch where it needed to be, according to the owner's manual. And air filter was clean, and the tires all held pressure at 40 psi. Tire pressure calls for 32. I am coming into town here, about to hit the gas station. Comparing to our last our last test of the regular fuel, we were at 37.7, and it looks like we're at 37.7 with the premium. We were at 314 miles. I should be about 313. I'm a little bit less because I started the test on this one on my way out of the gas station versus starting it from my house, leaving my house the next day. Sorry, for work. So we'll probably actually be around 314, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, we got about a half a mile. So anyway, 37.7. We might hit 37.8. That's about where I was at when I was leaving the gas station, 37.8, before I hit the reset button, if you guys review the video. So we were like right on. I guess I would, when this morning when I was leaving, I thought we'd be in the high 36s or mid 37s or low 37s. And so we made up some ground. I've got to say that the weather was beautiful. I mean, you can see the flag over there at the Casablanca. It's not even blowing. Weather-wise, you can't get any closer on a test than we did here. And so it just goes to show that the premium really didn't make a difference. Paying whatever it was, 35 cents more a gallon is not worth it. I mean, to do what? To get the same gas mileage? It doesn't clean your car any different. And like I said, it goes back to our cars nowadays, the new cars. They level the playing field with the sensors and the computer controlling the fuel to air ratio. So the only reason that we're getting better gas mileage than we have that I've ever got before is because the new oil change, the higher air pressure in the tires, and the new air filter. So our next, the air flow a little bit better. So here we are at the Chevron, and we're gonna go ahead and fill her up. We are, which is weird. We are a little bit higher in the gas, which is kind of strange. One digit higher. So I'm going to see what it costs to fill this up. 37.7, 314.1 miles exact. Test to test. All right. So get some fuel. Back to regular.
Check out this month's not so terrible deals. Head inside for these amazing savings and more.
Alright, I'm not gonna let you sit through this whole. Okay, this is where we're at on our gas. Yeah, just do one more.
Well, we've finished our test and the results are in. $21.49 is what we spent on 9 gallons of fuel, just over 9 gallons of fuel on the 87 octane. We spent $24.59 on the 91 octane, the Supreme from Chevron. We traveled about the same amount of miles, a little bit further on the 87 octane, and we got about the same miles per gallon, a little bit better on the 91 octane. The miles per gallon were better, but we also drove a little bit further on the 87 octane. That almost half mile could have drove our miles per gallon up to 37.8, which would have made it match. Or again, it could have dropped it down to 37.6 and it would have been a little better. Regardless, the 0.1 mile, we'll just go ahead and give that to the 91 octane. We used 9.338 gallons on the 87 octane, and we used 8.629 gallons on the 91 octane. And again, this difference could be because I forced more fuel into the tank. It could have been the mileage as far as I drove a little bit further, a half mile. So I wouldn't worry too much about the gallons used as much as the price per gallon and the miles per gallon. So the price per gallon was $2.49 for the 87 octane. The price per gallon for the 91 octane, which is Chevron Supreme, the best one they have and the highest octane they carry in my area, was $2.85. The total miles we drove was 628.8. So in the end, it cost me $3.10 more to use Supreme 91 octane, which did nothing for my vehicle because, like I said in the beginning of this, newer cars with mass airflow sensors and NOx sensors and cam sensors and oxygen sensors and temperature sensors and oil pressure sensors. There are so many sensors in vehicles now that the manufacturer ensures that your vehicle will be running at optimal performance. They go through these tests before they even sell them. There's no secret to get better gas mileage by adding a higher octane. It's just going to cost you more money down the road. Like I said in the beginning of this video, the best way to save money and gas is by checking your air pressure. Make sure that you run the right amount of air pressure. It's usually around 32 psi if it's a passenger vehicle, to make sure that your air filter is clean. Check it every oil change, or if it's really dusty and you live on a dirt road, you're changing your air filter when it's dirty. You pull it out, shake it off. At least every oil change is what I do. I try to make that a habit. If you take it to a mechanic shop to get your oil changed, that's most likely what they do as well. So just kind of depends on where you drive, your surroundings, what you're driving in. Obviously, I drive most of the time on the freeway. I don't get into a lot of dust, but I do check my oil filter or my air filter every time. The other thing is your oil. Make sure you're changing your oil 3,000, 5,000, depending on if you're using full synthetic and what kind of vehicle. Again, follow your owner's manual on that. Now, oil, we can go into that, and I'm a big believer of synthetic oil, so I always run synthetic and I always use the best oil filter I can get as far as best price goes. I get a full synthetic oil filter. Just make sure you're changing your oil when you're supposed to, because leaving oil in your car causes friction. It wears down your car a lot faster. And on top of that, anytime there's friction and heat, your car has to work harder. It's going to burn more fuel, worse gas mileage if you don't change your oil when you're supposed to. So the whole purpose of that is to keep the viscosity in your oil, and you lose that viscosity over time and wear. So the last thing and the most important thing that you can do to save money is your driving habits. Just make sure you're going the speed limit. Don't full throttle at every intersection, accelerating, braking. Just take your time and get there safely. And not only will you be safer, but you're also going to save money. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. It's been a long enough video. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps me out. If you have questions, go ahead and comment below. If I missed something, add it. Love to hear from you. We love feedback. We have a lot of content that we still need to upload, and it takes time. to cut and to edit every video. So be patient with us. Like I said, keep me motivated by liking and subscribing. We'll see you in the next video.